Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. This is Riverbend Scratch Start, Episode 1. We are starting with $500,000, all of which is a loan. The economy is normal. We will be playing with no rocks, but normal economy, as I said. We own nothing. We have $500,000. And let's see how fast we can, I don't know, dominate, make a few million that we're not looking to immediately spend on something else. Uh, as I said, we own nothing, so we are just going to see about getting at least one piece of land, and I think I will go with one of these default ones here. Although we look at farmland, is that the house and everything is only 172K. And on top of that, oh, and we're rocking uh, precision farming this time, which probably was almost immediately obvious. I don't think I like those fields. I think we want to go with some high-end fields here. I wonder if we can see. You can't see the soil types or anything on any of this because we don't own it, I'm guessing. So we want a crop that is ready to harvest and has a good yield. That's going to be kind of tough. We're looking at barley or wheat, I guess. I don't know why all of this is turned off. Did I turn that off? We're just going to get it all turned on so we can see. All right. So wheat, all of this land out here is not great, actually. 43 is all right. One is that's sunflowers. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to afford to harvest anything immediately anyway, given that that's corn. Given that our limited budget, what I think we ought to do is buy a farm base. I'm wondering, that's canola. Real quick, like, okay, canola is actually harvestable right now, so we can include canola in our looks. This thing is 319, but has a farm with it and has great yield potential. So if we buy that and then we lease our we lease a cheap we lease a cheap combine and we harvest that up, we should be able to then, that gets us all of that. Of course, that doesn't have a sleep spot on it, but 123% yield potential. We could potentially cut down a few more of these trees. Not seeing, okay, we don't own that. So we could potentially extend this field out this way. All right, so these things down here have good yield on them. That one too. That's 217 and contains wood, but that's not canola. The yield potential on this map is actually kind of crazy. All over the place. Everything is kind of low. So what we could do is take on some contracts without owning anything. We could pick up a tractor of some sort and a spreader of some sort. I'm kind of leaning towards doing that. We picked up a tractor and a spreader. Let's see. However, there's not even a lot of contracts available right now. Makes me want to buy this farm. I seriously doubt we could. Well, we could get the Merlot, which can be an 170 horsepower tractor for us, while also being our telehandler. But we get the Merlot. I think that's basically detects the real nitrogen demand, and oh, that's 14 grand. Hmm. That's interesting. I have a lot to learn about precision farming. If we get this, we can do some things. However, many of those things can't be done right away. We're currently on half time, although I plan on running this series at 0.5 or not 0.5, at 5x or 6x rather than 1x. Starting in the morning, working till 4 or 5 p.m., and calling it a day. Man, these low yield fields, soil types, are kind of getting me down, and there's probably no way to fix that. Lots of loamy sand. I think buying fields might be a thing we do a little bit later. And buying this is not going to work. So in the 170 horsepower range. So let's look here. This Fendt doesn't make it. This Fendt makes the 170 horsepower range, but is more expensive and isn't a telehandler. I think as far as everything goes around, that's the way to go. I don't think we're going to get the sensor right away because we just don't need it. At least load up initial stuff. Get some basic things done. Right, so we buy this tractor and we buy some sort of sprayer to do fertilization and herbicide spraying things. So we could buy the backpack sprayer. It's a pretty good one. And the backpack sprayer comes with pulse width modulation. Control each individual nozzle. Nice. I like it. There are going to be no real rules here. Loans, leases, borrowing equipment, all of that is golden. This is going to be hard enough as it is. Did I buy it? I don't even know if I bought it. It'd be helpful if I knew what I owned. Yes, I have a Hardy Mega. And we're going to get the little low loader, I think. Either the low loader or one of the bigger trailer. Either this Farm Tech or that'll enable us to do various log missions as well. Yeah. So we'll get this Farm Tech so we can cart our belongings from place to place since we have nowhere to live. And I have been operating with an overage of money for quite a while. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this now, is that I was finding myself dreading making the next video. And putting it off until late. So it's time to switch things up. Plus, my view numbers are down a bit, and people aren't really coming back for it. So let's change things up. If you want me to continue that other series, I might be into it, but not every day. So for the moment, unless a bunch of people speak up, we're going to be rocking this series. All right, we have a trailer. We have a telehandler. We are going to need a pallet fork and some sort of log fork, I think. Although I really want a double. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it. I'd rather have a double fork on the top there. But, yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to get it. But we are going to get the long pallet fork. And we're also going to get the log fork so that we can do some log hauling missions. Maybe I'll buy that if I need it. That's that for the moment. Itinerant. Traveling guy as I am. Where would I refill? Might be better to get a couple of refillable tanks and fill them on the go rather than these disposable tanks. Let's make sure that spraying contract is still available, because that was worth something. And that harvesting contract we can get and borrow the items. I think, oh, and then hoeing. So let's start with this spraying contract. So we have to go spray, oh, 24 is huge. The biggest field on the map, I think. We do need herbicide, so let's buy maybe 2 tanks to begin with. Heck, let's buy 1 tank. And we'll have to come back and get another one if we need it. I imagine we will. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, that's fertilizer. Okay. And I always like to buy my fertilizer with the red label, my herbicide with the red label, and my fertilizer with the blue label, and then I can kind of easily tell them apart. But we're going to buy 1 of these tanks and hope. And then we're going to hop over to our deal. And start loading up our stuff. I do have all of my mods installed, so there is that. But we're just going to get to making money until something makes sense to buy. We already can't afford that field down there. Oh, I guess we need to put this sprayer. Ooh, I didn't really consider that. Can we pick it up? Is there any way we can load this thing and carry it with us? Yes. I think we might be okay. Not sure what we're going to do in the future, whether I can continue to do this or not. Oh, not good. Alright, I think I'm just going to have to shove that. Or I can totally mess it up. Yes, I think I'm just going to totally mess it up. And that way you can see that we need to get onto our normal timing here. Put that way up front here, out of the way. Right. And then we'll have to write this thing again. And see if we can't pick it up. Talk about bare bones. Okay, I must have picked it up from the other side. Oh, I see what's going on here. Yep. Ha! I had that click to switch installed. I still do, and so right-clicking is the default click to switch thing. It's the mistake I make every time. Alright, well that's better than not having it on the trailer, if you ask me. Get everything latched down and get up to field 24. Of course, 43 miles an hour isn't great, but I'm sure it will be fine. Alright, this is field 24. It is, yes, most definitely the biggest field on the map, but this sprayer ought to make short work of it. Assuming I can push it off the back here. There we go. That'll work for me. We're gonna just get this thing sprayed and then move on. Okay, you backpack sprayer, you better... Oh, wrong side. That one is always confusing to me. Which one is... Oh. I am confused. There's that. And there's that. And there's that. There we go. Get that thing out of the way a little bit. And we'll load this thing up. Just having a detector on here was a good thing, but we'll get steering assist on. And it's working. All right, well, I will just get this done. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna push through on contracts until we have enough money with interesting enough money to buy a quality soil field with interesting crop. A crop that we can afford to harvest. That's the plan. So I do like this this saving of yeah, I do like that it's kind of sparingly using this stuff. It's got the sensor on it. So that's pretty cool. But let's just get this done and see what time it is when we're done, whether we've got time for another one. Well, that is unfortunate. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna. Well, I know we're gonna have to run back and get more herbicide. I was kind of thinking of leaving something here to mark the spot, but it's the second one in part way up. So hopefully, yeah, what I'm hoping is that I can just fill this thing. I'm not going to bring the trailer. I'm hoping I can just fill this thing at one of the little fill spots along the way back. Acquire, not have to. There's one right down along here, right along the way. I won't have to go all the way back to the store, I hope. Right there on the left. I know I can get lime and regular fertilizer, dry fertilizer here. I'm just hoping that it will actually do wet fertilizer as well. Probably won't. Oh no, it's herbicide we want anyway, which I can't get. Okay, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the store. I don't know why I was thinking fertilizer. A lot of people walk around this neighborhood. I guess that makes sense. A little community area, hardware store, cafe, and whatnot. Not to mention the gas station, or one of the gas stations. Riverbend has several. Which is cool. Now I see other people playing on the precision farming and they have a different display on their map. But I think that maybe is just for fields that they own. Now luckily before I started recording stuff for YouTube, I did a bunch of playing on this map, and so I know it pretty well. I don't need to go feel out where everything is or how to get there. In fact, I attempted to record a series, my first series on Riverbend, doing a very similar thing, but it just failed miserably. Like I blew it on the very first episode. I couldn't make money. I bought the wrong things. It was a total flop. I threw the footage out. Might as well bring this IBC with me. I realized that I can. We're back at the field. You'll notice that I have 2,000 liters and I'm only 92% full, even though I filled my sprayer, and that's because carrying an IBC tank on the Frontier tractor actually provides you with as if it were a mounted front tank. acts the same as if I had bought the little extra pack thing. That's pretty cool. I don't know whether it takes it out of the front or the back first. Or I guess I wasn't 92, maybe it was 72%. Anyway, whatever it was. I doubt we'll have another herbicide spraying feature. I'm not sure how I'm going to get this thing on there. Maybe I should have bought the low loader. I could have set this thing down on it easily and then towed it along, and an IBC. Oh, contract finished. We do not need to be giving these guys any more of our herbicide. Well, that's our first contract finished. It's about noonish. So that's cool. But now we got to figure out what to do next. We don't have a home to go to. We'll collect on that. Oh, and now we have, okay, we can go do, oh, well, we can do 23, which I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do immediately. Nice. We'll just hit that. And if we had purchased any fertilizer, we have a bunch of fertilizing contracts available now. Right. Go to the correct one, which is this one, right next door. And spray this guy up. And we don't have to buy any more fertilizer for this one, so that's cool. Alright, that's done. Except I didn't catch something. What did I miss? Let's have a look. Oh, I missed a weird patch over there. Okay, that finishes it. Now we still have to think about how we're gonna maneuver this guy. I don't think he can. I don't think I can put him on the back there. Nope. And I don't think I have a trailer hitch on here. Nope. Which means I have to do the whole pickup thing again. Isn't really all that doable long term. Although maybe if I get better at it, it will work. Alright, where to next? It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon apparently. Look that up. Now we could buy some fertilizer and do some fertilizer contracts as well. That little tiny guy way down on the bottom. That's a long drive. No way we're going to do the stone picking one. You do the weeding, that's also way off there. Weeding is pretty fast. You can just borrow the items and get it done. Let's do that. We'll leave this. The old Iseki. Get this done real quick like. And maybe we'll go do the other weeding job too, even though it's way down there. In fact, we can just use this tractor. Let's see here. We get this other weeding job down there on 64. We won't even have to borrow the items. And we are so close to 10. I'm just going to go hit 10 real quick. And we just won't turn it in until it's time. Alright, we're going to run this real quick and then run down to 64 and do that one too. Yeah, I've just done this whole field and noticed that it's not actually going up properly. And I have literally done the entire field. So I'm going to abandon this contract and pay myself the money that I should have gotten for it, and hopefully 64 will pay out normally. I'm not going to abandon this contract until I've actually done 64, because I don't want to rent the same equipment a second time. But 8% is not the right amount. We go look. Yeah, they didn't give me the right equipment, is basically, I think, what happened here. Let me read the contract. Using a weeder. Okay, well, we weeded that field using a weeder. So, yeah, that's getting paid anyway. I weeded the whole thing. And this is the weeder that they would have rented me for 64. If 64 doesn't, I'm gonna watch 64. If it doesn't properly move along, then I'm just gonna abandon it immediately, rather than going through the trouble. The only reason I'm paying myself for 10 is because I did the whole thing. I was like one row from being done when I noticed. I always miss this turn for some reason, or take the wrong one. I really like the Riverbend map. They did an amazing job on it. All of the bridges and everything. There's a restaurant on a boat down there. All kinds of neat stuff, not to mention the boats themselves. I don't think we can get there via here, but I am going to give it a shot. Well, it looks like we can, actually. Awesome. I don't even mind the rain here. It shouldn't affect weeding. Maybe we can get to 64. Whew. That was a little weird. Should go down quite quickly. Okay, they've done the thing again. Yeah. not working. Alright. So we're going to abandon that one. And we're going to give ourselves 1,788 minus 519. I'm going to do this the no math way. Yes, money. Money. I can spell, I swear. So minus 519 for the lease cost. And then I can't read it. 1,788. And then we cancel that as well. And then we have to collect them anyway. Oh, they took my 519. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. I didn't realize they would take my lease anyway. Now I can't tab to my Merlot for some reason. All right, bailing is an interesting one. You often get a bail or two out of it. Let's do some bailing on 3. Okay, we can get there this time. Three is one of the base new farmer fields. I had started to consider buying it, but with precision farming on, man, it's like 80% yield. In fact, all of those fields there are low yield, which means this doesn't feel like the most sound financial decision. We look at these fields, 83%. Okay, that's 103. That's good, and that one's very close. But this one, okay. Oh, this one, 97%, 94, 89. Actually, I guess it's not that bad. I guess it's not terrible. These contracts are not that bad, and you oftentimes, like I said, get to keep a bale. So we're going to bail this up and see what happens. I know we probably shouldn't be bailing in the rain, but I don't think there's any penalty. Okay. That is that. And it's getting late towards the afternoon. I don't know if we have room for another contract. There's a Deadwood contract we could do, because I can just go cut them down. Selling them afterwards is ridiculous. They're not worth the effort. But cutting them down is quick and easy. We can run around and do it. Yeah, I do think we have time for that. Go on the map and find that spot. There it is. I'll just run over there and do it. I guess we need to own a chainsaw, though. Huh. Who would have thunk it? But we're probably going to want to own a chainsaw anyway. What should I get? I don't think I've had a Jones Red yet. Say they're marked. There they are. All in a row. Yep. Make sure you catch the marked ones. You gotta look for that marker. Otherwise, you immediately lose every chance at everything. If I had a sawmill, like a little, even a mini sawmill plant set down somewhere, then this would actually be worth transporting these logs, because they would actually become something, a decent amount of processed wood, but they're worth like 20 bucks each to sell to the sawmill. Now it's just a game of find the dead tree. Just a quick little game. I think it's going to be in the water. It better not be in the water. I think it's these two. Or maybe this one. Maybe I missed this one on the entrance. Yep, alright. Another contract in the bag. So, finances. We spent 218. A remainder 200 minus 204 after our profits, or after our profits. Interesting that we get the MISC. Oh, the MISC is probably the MISC is the money I paid myself for that contract. So hopefully we make more money next time. What would you do? Leave a comment. What would you do? Would you buy one of these fields? What's going to be available to harvest? Still some stuff. Okay. So would you buy one of these fields even with the lower end loam? It would be nice to have this farm. It's a good farm. It's got a little farmer market on it for easy sale of various things. These fields are manageable, even if they are not 100%. We could afford to buy one of them. Would you buy this field? We could afford to buy the field and the farmyard. But I think we'll just wait on the farmyard. Wrong key. Oh, and I can no longer jump to that tractor for some reason. Or telehandler. So anyway, let me know what you think of my series switch. Do you like it? Do you hate it? If you're going to downvote me, leave a comment. Tell me why. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.